We're coming off an electric family, friends, and community day here in the Good Life City, where the Golden Rams rolled to a 57-14 victory over Allen University. So, Coach, congratulations on the big win. What stood out to you the most about how your team performed in this home opener? Uh-oh, no sound, Coach. Hold on. Let's see. Joe,
Rick,
oh, there
thank
you
you
go.
guys. Thank you guys for being here, and just thank you for being a part of this each and every week. For us, it's just a matter of playing good football, being able to come home and be in front of our own crowd and family and friends, and be able to uh, have a chance just to be in sleep in our own beds on a Friday is what was the most exciting part about it. These kids have worked uh, countless hours and tirelessly to prepare over the last several weeks to take these 40, what ended up being about 40 hours worth of road trips. And it was just great to be able to be back on our home stadium, on our home turf, and be able to perform in front of our crowd. So I think just the overall performance from the team was definitely a team effort. All three phases had a hand in making sure that we pulled the game out, and we're just looking forward to what the future holds.
Awesome. Joe, I will turn it over to you for any questions that you may have.
Okay, thank you. How you doing, Coach?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Good, thank you. We built this up, including me, as it's going to be a really tough, hard game, and then you blew them out. So, what was the difference there?
Um, I don't know. To be honest with you, we prepared our kids throughout the week. We had a really, really, really great week of preparation during our bye week. Our bye week was probably the best bye week that we've had since we've been here in terms of the competitiveness throughout the week in practice. Because typically you'll get a team that sometimes tries to take the bye week off and not be able to prepare and get themselves ready and geared up for that week because you don't have a game to look forward to. But our guys took the opportunity to utilize that week to get better and really, really hone in some things that we were having some struggles with. So I think for us, the ability to prepare and utilize that bye week, and then on top of, again, being in front of our home crowd, being able to perform in front of our family, friends, and then just to be able to hear our band for a change, really set the tone and the energy for the level of play that they were able to display on this past Saturday.
Good deal. All right. So the big question is, what's up with Isaiah? What do we know?
He's a little bruised. He's not. There's not anything broken or anything like that, but he is a little bruised. He's a little battered. So we'll see what the week holds in terms of his preparation for this upcoming week, whether, we'll be able to utilize his talents or not. But we'll definitely have more information throughout the week to know whether or not he'll be able to play.
Okay. The young man that stepped in, I think Kenny is his name. He did really well, apparently. What'd you think of him?
Obviously, Jaden is a kid that's been preparing for over the last 2 years. We didn't play him at all last year. Wanted to make sure that he got the experience in terms of being on the team and understanding what the offense entailed, and he really has honed in on what that really and truly means by being able to sit behind and watch Isaiah do the things that he's been able to do over the past 2 seasons. But when he got his chance, his number was called, he was ready to go. And that's what it's about, being a backup quarterback. And if anybody can relate to that, it's his head coach in terms of being a backup quarterback. So it's all about when your opportunity comes, just seizing the moment and making sure that you're able to go in and take full advantage of every opportunity that you have. And he definitely did that on this past Saturday.
Good deal. Did anybody else jump out at you that especially defense? Because we talk about offense a lot, but you held them to what, 14 points? Who jumped out to you on defense yesterday or Saturday?
Well, holding them to 14 points when they just came off a game where their score was 49 was absolutely huge for us from a defensive standpoint. Our defense wasn't satisfied with that performance though, because we gave up over 400 yards of total offense. Had some guys running free in the secondary, but when it comes down to just guys who performed fairly well, Derek Drayton had 2 sacks this past weekend. Abe Clinkscales did some things up front. Our front seven has been playing fairly well all season. I think we're up to about 17 sacks on the season in 4 games. So that we understand that our front really is what controls the game from an offensive and defensive standpoint. If our guys up front aren't playing well, we probably aren't having the success that we are. Our O-line has done a great job. As you say, we've been talking about offense, but our D-line has done a tremendous job of stopping the run, because besides that last 40, 50-yard run that they had there in the fourth quarter, we held them under 100 yards rushing versus, the 200-odd yards that they had against Clark the week prior. So you're talking about shutting down the top rusher in the conference and holding him to 50-something yards on 14 carries. So, we take pride in making sure that the run game isn't something that beats us. And now we just got to make sure we tighten down on making sure we can get our pass coverage taken care of as well.
Okay. This week, you're looking at the records, you're looking at the history. Lane is not where you are. What are you seeing looking at Lane this week?
We see a team that continues to fight. One thing about Lane is they show up each and every Saturday. Despite what their record says, they do play some good football. They do some good things on offense. They're trying to figure it out on defense, but at the end of the day, they're a well-coached football team. We have to, again, make sure that we focus on us throughout the week and make sure that we understand what it is that they're trying to do to us from an offensive, defensive, and special team standpoint. And once we understand what that is, we have to go in and execute to the best of our abilities. Because again, despite scoring the points that we scored this weekend, we had 3 turnovers. Despite holding Allen University to 14 points, they had over 425 yards of total offense. So with all that being said, there's still room for improvement for our football team. And in our meeting yesterday, I made sure that they understood that because we're still making mistakes that can get us beat. And we're still doing things that aren't to the standard of Albany State football. So while we are having some success, there's still several things that we need to work on and make sure that we tighten down on from a program standpoint.
Okay. Anything else that stood out to you that I haven't mentioned that you saw Saturday that either excites you or concerns you?
Again, we got from a standpoint of going back a couple weeks, our third downs on defense. We got to get off the field on third downs. We get our put our defense in a good situation to playing good on first and second down, and then we get teams to third and long, and we're allowing them to convert third and long situations. And when you get teams in third and longs is where we really truly want to have them. We got to be able to make the plays that are there for us to make and get off the field on third downs. Offensively, we have to secure and protect the football. We're averaging at least 2 turnovers a game right now, and that's just not Golden Ram football. Special teams wise, we got some guys on special teams that we were hoping that would give us everything that we were looking for, and we got some guys that aren't running, aren't doing some things that we have preached in practice, and we're going to make some changes. So with that, there's definitely room for improvement when it comes down to any and everything that we have within this program from a special teams, offensive and defensive standpoint. But, at the end of the day, what our kids have done, they've played hard. They've gone out and they've played 4 quarters each and every game. Mistakes are going to happen, but we have to limit the mistakes that we're making and make the improvements that we need to make.
Good deal. All right, Coach, that's all I have. I appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. No problem.
And I finally figured out how to get logged in here. So after how many 4 weeks we've been doing this, and I finally figured it out.
But we appreciate you, Joe. Coach, just a couple questions from our end. So last week, Box to Row ranked the Golden Rams #2 amongst Division II HBC, excuse me, HBCU programs. And obviously, the team is picking up votes both in regional and national polls. So on paper, we know those numbers are impressive. So what do those rankings and stats mean to you and the staff, or how do you balance enjoying that recognition with keeping the team focused week to week?
Just as I said, as you said, it's on paper. It means absolutely nothing. Um, Stats mean nothing because at the end of the day, our stats should be better. We've turned the ball over several times on offense. We've given up yardage on defense that we shouldn't give up. Third down percentages are incredibly high for a defense that wants to be tops in the league. So for us, none of that means nothing when it comes. It's kind of like Coach Saban used to refer to as rat poison, something for you to look at and get yourself hyped to think that you've arrived. And we won't allow that to happen because we haven't, because there's still a lot of work to do. There's still some corrections to make, and we still got a lot of work to get taken care of in order for us to be the best that we could be.
Good deal. And finally, as you know, the Golden Rams fan base has been showing up and showing out. They've traveled to Kentucky, they've traveled to Raleigh, excuse me, North Carolina. So what's your message to them as we hit the road for week 6? Can we believe we're already in week 6, even though we had the bye, and continue just kind of pushing through conference play?
Just continue to support these young men because that's what they need. When they do turn around and see those Ram rooters and that blue and gold in the stands, it gives those guys the much added energy that they so need when we're not at playing in our home stadium. So if there's anything that I could say, we definitely appreciate the support that they show. We just ask that they continue to show that support, continue to show these young men the support that they need, and just continue to cheer us on and be there when we need you there. Because at the end of the day, it goes unnoticed, and it doesn't go unnoticed and unsaid because our kids do recognize it, and they definitely appreciate the support that they get from our fan base.
And a last question along those lines. I noticed this past weekend there was a sea of orange in the stands from the Exchange Club of Albany coming to campus, and many had said they had not been to Albany or even Albany ASU Coliseum since even before it was actually by the time we took it over. So what did it mean to have the Exchange Club here supporting the Golden Rams?
It's about just connecting community with the university and the program. And I think having them there this past weekend definitely allowed us to open that door for the relationships that we're trying to build with the Albany community and the Exchange Club. So we look forward to having them here more and more rather than just this one game. And hopefully, that relationship will continue to grow in the near future.
Sounds like a plan. Before we end, Joe, anything else popped out to you? Are you good?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay, so fantastic, everyone. That wraps up this week's edition of A Chat with Coach Gray. Don't forget, kickoff against Lane College is set for 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday in Jackson, Tennessee. So thanks for joining us. And as always, go Rams. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good one.